Mostly gets that time of year where teams go home and there's only one happy team at this time of year, going on, and just glad it's us. Arkansas, they were never out of it at all. They were tough. Sophia did one heck of a job wriggling out a lot of jams. I've been on the other side of the coin, like I've told the ladies. We've been hosted. We've been ranked number one. We've been at home. There's a lot of pressure. I understand that. And that's what we were able to do. We were able to wriggle off the hook a little bit, so to speak, and we were able to hold on and get some runs. I also want to thank my administration. They're first class. Rob Novak, Chris Del Conte. He spent a lot of money on improving our facilities, and there's more to come, I hope, as we continue to improve as a team. And also Sarah Baumgartner. So those people, without those people and all the people behind the scenes, my director of operations, everything else, this doesn't happen. And I'm so blessed and so lucky to have such a great support staff. But again, commiserations to Arkansas. They had one heck of a year, winning the SEC championship and the regular season. What's one heck of a feat. Hopefully we can renew this rivalry going when we get into the SEC in 26. Should be fun.
Raise your hand. We'll get Mike to your questions for Sophia and Janae. Chip, go ahead.
Hi, Sophia. When did you find out you were going to get to start today?
I think after the game yesterday, they were saying it was my turn. Haley had pitched awesome the 2 days before, and I knew I had to have her back this game.
How much sleep did you get last night?
I actually slept really well, surprisingly.
What was working well for you? That seemed like that changeup you had was really effective.
It was working really well at the beginning. They started calling it, and I think I got in my head, honestly. But the drop ball and screwball was real consistent today.
Yeah, you pitched out of so many jams today. How did you kind of stay focused there?
I knew my defense had me the entire time. I knew they wanted it just as much as I did.
Janae, do you think maybe going to Seattle last weekend, struggling, you won, but it was a fight, you lost a game, you won a game. Do you think that helped you here this weekend? It seemed like you guys were especially the more loose team after especially the second, third games.
Yeah, I think it definitely did help us. We've been in that position before where we don't win the first game. So we always know that we can bounce back from any defeat that we may face. And we'll take that momentum into the World Series with us as well. So we know we could come back from anything.
Janae, you came up, to lead off. I guess it was the fifth inning. Just nothing game. Kind of what was your mindset coming up? What were you looking for on that pitch that you got the lead off double on?
Yeah, basically just being aggressive early in the count. I knew she was going to come right at me, so I was ready to hit as soon as I stepped in the box. Just being aggressive.
Talk about that play you made on the short pop up out in right field. You got a mark on your
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I hate those balls, little dink hits. So I know that on those type of balls, you got to go really hard back to get the ball. So I was trying to back up Sophia really and just dove and gave it all I got to catch the ball. So it
seemed like every time, she kind of got in a little trouble today, you guys kind of came together at the mound to give her a little pep talk. Kind of what did you tell her to keep her up and that kind of thing?
Basically just telling her to breathe. I know she's a freshman in big situations like that. And then the game could get big. We're at Arkansas with a big crowd. So just basically telling her to breathe, take it slow, work it pitch by pitch. So.
Janae, I saw you run into the stands. I think it was your dad you were looking for in that bear hug. Can you just walk me through those emotions when you got up there and that big bear hug? Because it lasted for a minute.
Yeah, just wanting to hug my parents because I know they wanted me to go to the World Series since I was little, but just allowing them to have that trip as well has been a huge impact for me. Just thanking them for so much that they've done for me. My dad's like my best friend, so just loving him so much.
Questions for student athletes? Ladies, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck out there. Questions for Coach White? Chip, go ahead.
Coach, in 2020, you guys, had gotten off to such a terrific start, number one in the country, and then COVID just wiped you out. How satisfying is it today for you guys going to the College World Series and kind of put that behind you?
It's very satisfying. When you're trying to build a program, you're trying to tell these kids we'll have a shot to be, in the top 16, top 8 in the country. And we kind of flirted with at that point. We were really on a kind of a roll and haven't taken away. I had my bags packed, ready to go to Alabama. Got the phone call, and I thought I would just be for a week or two. Ended up being a whole season gone, you know. And we kind of had a metaphor the week before, because I said, ladies, you never know when it's season's going to end, and this is before COVID. And I wish I hadn't said that, because it just brings on a finality of it all, and just in being in the moment. You just never know when it's going to be your year, you know. Very few teams can take it for granted. I've been there. This will be my 6th time. Never gets easy. That's my AD right there. That's the bat phone. You know, it never gets easy for sure. And we're just blessed for this team to come together. I'm so happy for Janae Jefferson, Mary Ikopo, Shea O'Leary, Kenzie Parker. I mean, I'm going to forget a couple here, so I'm sorry about that. But you know, Janae Jefferson, obviously. But just for them to get them to the College World Series and just see the show, it's another thing stepping out there. I mean, it's great stepping out here in front of 3,000, but when you're in front of 10 to 15, that's a whole nother deal. And that's I'm so excited for them to be able to experience that opportunity.
How many times did you get off the bucket today to go take your picture out when you got in trouble?
It's funny. I said, Soph, I don't like coming out. I do. I dread it, because when I was a pitcher, I hated the coach coming out and seeing me, and I don't like doing it myself. But it was obvious that, boy, when she missed big, didn't she? You know, it wasn't a close one. Yeah. But, you know, she just needed some settling down, some, you know, just encouragement. She's a kid that needs encouragement. And that's what I tried to be, was an encouraging thing for her, just to slow her down and stay in the moment. And that was it. I think she gets too far ahead of herself. And it's just, hey, stay in the moment, one pitch at a time.
Janae, I know I asked you about her yesterday, but I mean, she's out there making plays again today. Just, has she been one of the best players you've ever had the privilege to coach or even been around?
Yes, sir. I would say that just because I've thrown batting practice to her, and she'll hit anything I'll throw up there. I mean, just she'll hit it inside the other way. She'll hit outside and pull it. She just has such fantastic bat control. But, you know, her defense, it never looks pretty. It's not something you would probably teach, you know, fundamentally, but she has such quick hands and good read for the ball. She makes the plays.
Thursday night, I felt like, Thursday night, I felt like you guys were leaving some runners out there early in the game, and it felt like probably cost you. Today, Arkansas had second, third, nobody out. I want to say in the first or second, in first or second, third with one out in the next inning, and they didn't score. Do you feel like that helped give you guys a momentum lift right there?
Without a doubt, because every time you get out of that, something like that, becomes a little more pressure on that other team to score. They start doing the what ifs, you know, and you know, left on bases hurt you. You know, those moments come. You never know when a pitcher's going to find a groove and get going. Just like we did against Shanice. You know, we had opportunities and we didn't get it, and she stuck in there and threw a great game against us. And today it was on our side, fortunately.
Partners at BetOnline continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest sports developments, including updated odds on the NBA playoffs, fights, and even next season's futures. And don't forget that the MLB is back as well. Who are you picking to win the World Series? BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino and poker games. It's super easy to get started. So head to the website today or use your mobile device to join and use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.